Okay, so we have what, like 70% retention. That's not bad for second day retention. You guys are here. I'm here. My name is Dori. I am a product designer and a game designer, as you can tell by the gaming t-shirt that I wear, by the game stickers that I have on my laptop, and the fact that I have gamepads on stage. Can it be more cliche than this? Not really. I would like to start my talk with a question for you guys. Is there anyone here that actually lives in Barcelona? Oh, okay, okay. So the rest of you, it's just a tourist attraction for you, this conference, right? Same here. The second question, okay, this doesn't work, of course, would be this. We have 3 games depicted on the screen. We have the classic Pong from 1972, we have Solitaire, and we have CryptoKitties. CryptoKitties is a game that launched last year, is about trading cat cards over the Ethereum blockchain, whatever that means. So the question is, what is the common thread between these 3 games? I will answer. They're all games, but Pong, okay? No. The answer is that all 3 games made technology accessible to the masses, to the public audience, okay? How so? Pong, think about it. 50 years ago, almost, for many, many people, this was their first encounter with a computer. Up until that point, computers did not interest the general public. Solitaire was actually a training software made by the folks at Microsoft to teach people how to use the mouse. And they were so successful in building an amazing game that even to this day, if you type on Google, Solitaire addiction help me, you will get 3 million results. Try it. And CryptoKitties, this was the game that made me buy my first cryptocurrency so I could play this game. Up until that point, I did not understand what blockchain is, and suddenly I had a reason to go and try it out. So, as we can see, in gaming history, games were instrumental in making technology accessible. And these games can do the same for your products. It can make your products accessible to the masses. Now, I know you are not working on games. You're working on serious stuff. So many insurance companies that I met, I feel safe, really, being here. And, you know, serious stuff you're working on. But please, for the next 25, 30 minutes or so, please try to think of your products as if they were games. Because when you do, ideas come to the table that otherwise might have not. I will give you an example from a B2B product that at least half of you know intimately. So this is a good product, right? Very intuitive. Users are supposed to know how to use it. Still, many fail. So a bright designer from the Netherlands about 30 years ago came up with a solution in the shape of the sticker of a fly, pasted on the urinal. And you would be amazed. I mean, now there is suddenly a target. There is a goal in front of our eyes. And you would really be amazed. Spillage dropped 80%. That's true. And millions saved in maintenance over the years. Okay, so this is very much a gameful solution. And not by coincidence, goals are the first thing I would like to address when I talk about what can we learn from games on UX. Now, are there any gamers here in the crowd? Please raise hands. Are there any brave gamers? One gamer that knows how to operate this and will be able to come on stage? All right, come on. The stage. You know the stage. All right, yeah. Stand here, take this one. Okay, here. Okay. So, you move with this analog, and you jump with A. Jumping is necessary. Are you ready? Just stand here, stand here. No, really stand here. Okay, okay, okay. Are you ready? Are ready? Okay. Okay, let's go. Okay, okay. This game wasn't good. But please stand here for a second. This game is, we have to fix it. This is also developer conference, so I'll just type some code. Okay, fixed. Let's try that again. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Again. No, just maybe one more time. One more time. Oh. We have time. We have time. Take the diamond, dude. There is a huge S diamond. Oh. All right, John, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, what was the difference between the two versions? The difference, well, on the first version, John had to survive for 10 minutes. He survived for 10 seconds, maybe. On the second, well, he had a goal in front of his eyes. There was a big progress bar and diamonds that I thought were pretty much clear. Maybe not so much, but there was a goal. This was a compelling goal. What are compelling goals? Compelling goals are explicitly clear and just within reach, right? Players should be just about to grab them. This is very motivating. If there are any gamers here, they might know this progress bar oh so well. This is the level up progress bar. You're always that close to the next level, that close. And when you get to the next level, there's the journey to the next one, and the next one, to the next one. Okay, this is pulling you by thread. So, let me give you some examples of non-game products, and I would like to start with an example, a very cynical example by Uber. I've heard that they've changed their ways, but Uber drivers used to get this pop-up when they try to go offline. And it reads, you're $6 away from making $40 in net earning. Are you sure you want to go offline? Now, this is very compelling. What is $40? $40 is just a round number. It's not like a goal that somebody said to herself. But still, this is very compelling that I'm so close to reach my goal, so I might just stay online and drive sleepless for I don't know how long. Let me give you another example that you all know, even if you're not Uber drivers. I call this complete the profile mini game. And it's ubiquitous. It's everywhere, because it's such a good game. I mean, here's the goal, and the goal is broken to chunks, and it's all very clear and all very accessible, just within reach. And we have a feedback in the form of a progress bar that angrily looks at you and you want to turn it green. So this is really my only complaint regarding this mini-game is that when I finish it, the game is done, no more guidance. We will get back to this game later on in this talk. For now on, a question for your game. Compelling goals. How can you continually engage your players with compelling goals? Think about it. All right, time to magic. Time to magic. This is David Jones. David Jones is one of my favorite game designers. If you were born in the 70s, or early 80s, you may know one of his early games called Lemmings. And if you missed the Lemmings, you may know some of his more recent and popular works, GTA, Grand Theft Auto. So he's the guy behind GTA. He's Scottish. And he said, I don't care how great your game is, you have only 3 to 5 minutes to capture people. And he said this 30 years ago. Today, the situation is much worse. We would die for 3 minutes. We have 30 seconds to 60 seconds at best. And this time frame that begins when the player just encounters the game, And it ends when suddenly the player understands what the game is about, and hopefully there is some emotion. It's called time to magic. Time to magic, when you suddenly realize, oh, this is what the game is about, and our job is to reduce this time frame to minimum. And I remember that I was thinking of this term, time to magic. By the way, it's my term. I'm really trying to coin this, so please use it. I remember when I first thought of it was when I installed this software app, whatever you call it, called Masquerade. 3 years ago, it was pretty revolutionary. And their onboarding was amazing. You download the application, you install it. There are no tooltips or text or whatsoever, just a place to stick your head in. And you do, and boom, you look like a goddamn monkey. This was mind-blowing. Time to magic was 5 seconds. Wow, I know what this app is capable of doing. So I know you guys don't have monkeys in your games. It's for phase 2. You don't have monkeys. But the good news are you don't have to have monkeys in order to perform magic. This is memorized. This is it's an application to learn languages. And when you just begin, when you just start the onboarding, you choose the language of choice. I chose Spanish, obviously, because this is Spain. And within 20 seconds, you are already translating a sentence from English to this language of choice. And this is amazing. You're like, wow, I'm already doing this myself, and this happens in 60 seconds or so. Imagine what could I have learned in a week or 2 weeks. Now, not so much, by the way, but it doesn't matter because it is magic. The thing about magic, it has to be experienced firsthand. You cannot talk about it with slides and Shutterstock photos. You really have people to experience it. By the way, this is a compelling goal. So, a tip to reduce time to magic, to have people experience your product fast, is by using templates. This is a screenshot by Wix.com. Wix.com is a company, an online website building tool. And during their onboarding, they figure out which vertical you're coming from, and then they present you with a handful of templates. And you choose one, and in 60 seconds, you're already the owner of a very beautiful website. So this is magical. Question to you, time to magic. Can you identify your game's magic moments? And can you make it come sooner, please? All right, what can we learn from games on UX? How to teach. If games taught me anything, is how to be a better teacher. Now, how do they do that? 2 points. First, don't call it tutorial. Tutorials, what do people do when they see a tutorial? What do? You know it. Still, you have tutorials, all the time tutorials, and you just skip button that you know that they're going to press. So at the end of the tutorial, you have uneducated users. That's not good. And the second is teach by doing. That's what games do. They teach you the game by making you play it. Take a look at this example by Darkroll. This is their menu. So the tutorial is not even the first level, it's the menu, and on the menu they teach you the main game mechanics. Where are you going, dude? We just began. All right. So this is Darkroll, and they teach you on the menu how to play the game. Now, of course, not every game is so simple. Some games are more complex. They have more depth in them, so you cannot just teach them like that. For example, Clash Royale. Any players here? Oh my God. I'm surprised, really. OK, so Clash Royale is a hit game by Supercell. And like many other games, they really teach you the ropes by having you do stuff on the app. They do not have any tooltips, only this hand that shows you where to drag and where to drop your troops. And this is the way you learn the game. Of course, this is not a tutorial level. This is level 1, and so on and so forth. So this is why I'm so curious why most non-game products don't do that. Most products just bestow a handful of tooltips at you where users skip and skip and skip and finish the onboarding uneducated. There are a few a very few good examples. One of them is by the amazing product called Slack. And Slack actually make you do stuff. During their onboarding, they force you to open a channel as means to teach you how to open a channel. They make you chat with one of their chatbots so you can understand that this is a chatting app, that this is the features, this is the things that you can do. They teach you by doing. And do you remember this minigame, right? Hopefully you do, because we talked about it 5 minutes ago. So complete a profile, OK? Let's say that we've finished this game. Now imagine this game is gone, and now there's a new game, Become a Pro User. That's the title, and the platform teaches you now how to be a pro user, right? Open 2 boards, link 5 wireframes, whatever. But here's another mini-game, as successful as the previous one, and the guidance continues, OK? So we don't ditch the players to the dogs. All right, how to teach? How can you engage your users to actively learn your game? Now, let's talk a little bit about rewards, because rewards, they're really the best tool in our toolbox or tool belt or whatever you say this phrase, English. So this is really important. I cannot go into types of rewards and type of players because this is just another talk. I want to talk about the principle of handing out rewards. So about a century ago, a psychologist named B.F. Skinner rocked the world of science when he introduced what is now known as the Skinner box, an apparatus to study and ultimately alter the behavior of animals. And I recreated the experiment 2 weeks ago, and I wanted to see if I could reproduce the findings. And I will show you. In a second. All right, so this is the experiment. And this is 2 versions of the same machine, A and B. OK? They're completely identical. Could you please wait? This is A. Yeah. Tap the A button to see what happens. Just tap it. OK. OK. Continue. You can do the same for B. Please do that. Tap the A button. Tap it. Oh, nice. Tap it. OK, so what's the difference between the 2 machines? Version A keeps on yielding prizes all the time. It's a very lucrative machine. Whereas version B, most of the time it doesn't, sometimes it does. This is the only difference. OK, the only difference. You want to keep it? No, give it to me. All right? You like this game, right? It's fun. Of course it does, because you keep on getting prizes. So I was really, I was amazed to see that the average clicks per player on A was 21.8 clicks. We're talking about 1,000 players. This is a lot. I was expecting for 9 or 10, because there's nothing there, only this diamond. And on version B, 38.5. Now, rationally, it doesn't make sense, because version A gives out much more prizes, right? Every tap, there is a prize. However, B is random. And because it's random, it is very compelling. We are attracted to this randomness, to this mysteriousness. And this is what Skinner found out about a century ago, and this is what I also found out about a week ago. So what can we learn from this? First, this was the banner for the experiment. Can you win it? Well, yes, everybody could win it. I learned that first, pixel art is great, and second, that every reward can be, or maybe even should be, a random reward. I will give you, games harness this to the fullest. I will give you some non-game examples. This is from Monday.com. Monday is a collaborative tool for teams. And whenever my inbox is clean, whenever I finish my tasks, I get a great work icon. Or sometimes I get this, sometimes I get this, sometimes I get this. Now, this is not a do-or-die feature, right? But this is a delightful feature. I'm happy to speak about it with my friends, and I'm sometimes waiting to see if there's another PNG that I don't know, another image. So this is really, really nice. Now, remember this minigame, all right, the pro-user minigame. Let's say that now there is this little mystery box at the bottom. So I'm a little bit more incentivized to actually learn the product. And when I finish the game and I get to the mystery box, oh my God, it's a Wheel of Fortune. And I spin it, and I get 1 month of full pro-user access. This is great. This is triple win. First, I got an educated user on my platform. Right? He did a minigame, then he got rewarded randomly, and he got a tangible reward. You know these websites that gives you trophies and badges that means really nothing? I mean, here is a tangible reward that I can actually use, and as a platform, I'm rewarding my most experienced users, the users that I really want them to continue and use my product. So here's for you. Can you identify points where you can reward randomly, and can you spare some tangible rewards, please? Last bit of this talk, stories. Story. I'd like to tell you a story. A story that happened long, long time ago. I can still remember. You know this tune? 90s? I'm the oldest one around, eh? All right. So this is a story that happened in Persia a long, long time ago. And the Persian king had a problem. He found out that his wife was unfaithful to him. And the king did what kings at the time were doing to cheating wives, and he beheaded her. This was the norm. And then he vowed never to be cheated again. Therefore, he resolved to marry a new virgin every day, only to behead her at night, so she wouldn't have the chance to go and cheat. So this routine was going on for quite some time, marrying, beheading, until he was introduced to the vizier's daughter, beautiful Scheherazade. And once in the king's chamber, Scheherazade asked the king to postpone the beheading in a little while and asked to tell him a story. The king complied, and she started telling the most hooking, gripping story. And at the height of the story, like a cliffhanger, she stopped. And the king said, "Okay, could you please continue?" And she said, "No, I cannot. Dawn is breaking. I have to go." So the king spared her life, and he invited her the night after, where she finished the story from the night before and continued a different story, even more gripping. And at the height of the story, she stopped. And this dance was going on for 1,000 nights and one night. And after this time period, the king was completely immersed with Scheherazade's story and completely in love with Scheherazade and did not want to behead her any longer. It's a nice story, isn't it? Now, back to our time. Why did I tell you this? I love this story. But there is also a moral, because nowadays, users, players, right, they marry an application in the morning only to behead it and uninstall it an hour later, okay, or maybe in the evening. So what can we do? What do games do? Well, games tell stories. Ha-ha, stopped working. Games tell stories, and they pull a Scheherazade on their players by stopping the stories in the middle. This is an example you may know. This is the energy system that games use. Players play the game, and they fail like 5 times, and then at the height, you know, they really want to continue playing, but they cannot. Now they have to wait outside of the application until lives are regenerated, but they have this burning fire. They want to come back in. And there are more sophisticated ways of doing this. This is by Clash Royale. In Clash Royale, players rightfully win treasure chests in battles. That's what they win. However, they cannot open them right away. They click to open, and then they have to wait sometimes up to 12 hours until they can come back and see the random rewards that are inside the chest. So this is a story that is continually played. Okay? You go out, you go back in, see what's up, and that again. So how can we use this notion in non-game products? And I was thinking, for an example, to take the dullest product that I could think of, which is Grammarly. Grammarly is an online grammar checker that I wish I had online with me today, but I don't. But I use it when I write, so I have perfect grammar when I write. And they actually give you weekly reports on how well you're doing. So every Thursday, I get this report to see if I improved, how is my productivity compared to other users. They created a story where there is none. Another boring product, but very good product, is Hodja. Hodja is a tool for tracking website activity. And they have like a side quest. They have another game, which is a referral game. Whenever I refer my friends to Hodja, I get to go into a leaderboard, and I keep on getting updates on how well I'm doing, if somebody passed me, how close I am to the tangible rewards they are offering. This is another story designed to make me come back to see what's up. So here's to you. How can we stop a story in the middle or create one and get your players curious to come back? So we've discussed many things. We've discussed goals, compelling goals, time to magic, how to teach, rewards, story. How on earth are you going to remember this? There were so many great talks in this conference, so many alcohol and booze and the reasons that you came for. How would you remember? So I'll give you a trick. Let's try it with me, okay? I want you to concentrate. Concentrate and imagine a huge goal, okay? The World Cup, a huge goal. And oh my God, this is a compelling goal. It's decorated, okay? It's a compelling goal. And next to it, or in front of it, there is a magician. And the magician, he holds a watch. He holds a watch. Try to remember this, okay? A huge goal decorated and a magician with a watch. And next to him, who is she? It's Edna. It's your teacher from primary school. And she is holding a random reward and a book. Okay? So try to really frame this picture into your minds. And when it doesn't work, because it doesn't, just remember this. Think of your product as if it was a game. This is the main and maybe only takeaway from this talk. Think of your product as if it was a game. Thank you very much. That's my website. Talk to you later.